Hey, everyone
We're
out
back.
there. We welcome back to the Midway Eagle Sports Show.
We is back.
Yes,
Refresh my, what's this show about?
It looks to be about Midway Eagle Sports.
Midway Eagle Sports, okay. Alright. Who two better people to talk to than the sports information director?
What two better people to talk to in general?
That's a
I
very
like
good
nothing
point.
more than when people just come
That's
and
a very
start
good point.
conversations with me. So please, for the love of God, do that.
Yeah.
But yes, your overly jovial hosts here are back from Thanksgiving break. Clay Cunningham, Dylan Brown.
Does the camera add a few pounds? Because I feel like I've added a few pounds.
I wore loose clothing. I
feel like I've added a few since Thanksgiving.
I went into Thanksgiving weighing 165. Currently 243 pounds. It was. That's why I had to go loose. It was not a fun holiday. It was
a very fun holiday.
It
and
was
some very good food.
It was until it wasn't. But
and we get to do it all again in about a month.
Huzzah!
Less than a month.
But until then,
yeah.
What better way to pass the time than talking about some Midway Eagle Sports? Some stuff that's recent, some stuff that we missed by not doing a show last week. But our ravenous public was there every way.
They were chomping at the bit.
It's the only way I keep in touch is with this riveting show. So we will have a catch-up for you.
We got you covered.
Later on. But for now, let's talk about the most recent development here. The start of River State's basketball season, particularly with our women's team, who kicked things off last night in their River State's opener. And Dylan's is well placed.
Did not go well.
We fell 85-70 at Oakland City. Now, this was coming off the tail end of our second buzzer-beating loss in exactly 2 weeks. One that we'll call highly disputed.
Yes, I think it's a very good way of putting it.
It was, a layup at the buzzer that we saw some angles of afterwards and maybe think, I don't know that should have counted. But
lights were on. Maybe the ball was still in her hand. Who knows?
The lights are on, but no
we
one's
digress.
home.
But we don't really digress.
I was trying to work a Robert Palmer reference into there. It doesn't work. Let's just talk about the basketball game last night. Things started really well. In fact, about as well as they could have, because we had a 2-0 lead before the opening ball was even tipped off a technical foul due to a bookkeeping issue. Started off 7-0 lead. Oakland City answered. Kind of back and forth. It was a tight game at the half. A couple things that really jumped out to me that I think was a turning point. We cut it to 41. We fell behind, cut it to 41-38 in the third quarter. That immediately led to an 8-0 run over the span of a minute 13. That's made it double digits. We never really felt like we had control. And the big overlapping thing, 22 Midway turnovers led to 28 Oakland City points. That's not the recipe.
You're not going to win very many games, period. Whenever you turn the ball over 22 times and it leads to 28 turnovers. That's kind of been Midway's bread and butter the last couple of years, has been turning teams over and turning that into points. And obviously a different coach now, new coaching style. And then Oakland City's also a tough place to play. They were picked to finish, I think, second in the league.
Yes, they were.
They've got quite a few bigs. That necessarily is not a very easy matchup for us, I don't think. So a tough one to open up conference play, but you come back home now and you start a month of December where you can really kind of grind out some practices, I think. So you get a very winnable game and brush at home. In what would be a much-needed victory on Saturday, I think, for this ball club.
Yeah, would be good to avoid that 0-2 start. Side note, I don't know if anybody's familiar. Did you watch the broadcast last night?
I watched a little bit of it. I was mainly following along with stats. The play-by-play. I don't know if anybody's familiar with the Red Letter Media Mr. Plinkett character, but the play-by-play guy, almost a dead ringer, just very thick Midwestern like. I think it was probably the same one that has called him in the past, so I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, hoping to hear and Kevin Bacon.
And Kevin Bacon.
Again, I like that character, so I'm just trusting that the rest of people do. But you know what? Maybe you'll get a chance to hear him tonight because...
That's right.
What a segue. The men's team opens River State's play the day
why
after.
this wasn't a doubleheader? No one knows.
Yeah, it's
We digress.
well, someone probably knows, but we are not the ones that have that answer. So it's really tough to gauge where the men's team is right now. That they're a really brutal non-conference schedule, which they came out 2-4. One thing I will say. Scored 100 points in both games. It's obvious. They just
score 100 points and we win.
100 points. I mean, just that. It's so simple.
Yep.
If people would just listen to us.
I think it's very simple.
But yeah, so that's
it's very simple.
But yeah, they come in 2-4. Coming off that rough stretch last week. Nothing counted, but the 3 Division I games in 3 days.
And honestly, you're in all those games right there.
Led Tennessee State at the half.
Led Tennessee State at the half. You're within single digits against Bellarmine and I can't remember. I think we were within single digits, or it was less than 15 against Moorhead as well. I know Moorhead ended up pulling away late, but
projected NCAA tournament team.
Yeah, that's right.
Moorhead State.
That's right, and that's what Coach Scott discussed in the. In his preseason talk was, hey, and even Nick Keaton, I know, said this as well in his interview. He said, hey, we've got all these Division I games. We're going to be ready to play. And I even talked to one of the assistant coaches, and they were like, it was like, how do you guys feel about tonight? And it's like, oh, yeah, we feel good, especially after going through the gauntlet of what we went through here, especially last week. So you see an Oakland City team that's obviously not going to be to the level of a Bellarmine, to the level of a Moorhead State, or a Tennessee State for that matter. So it's a good experience to get those kids to now get them ready for conference play, and now we get back to a normal schedule instead of back to back to back. So.
Yeah, and also, you mentioned that probably not on the level of Georgetown or Cumberland's, or just because we didn't exactly kick our feet up with the NAI portion of our non-conference
we did not.
schedule. But yeah, just a little bit. We swept the Mighty Oaks last year. I really like that nickname, by the way.
Mighty Oaks.
The Mighty Oaks. It sounds both intimidating and prestigious at the same time. It's a tough thing to pull off, but we beat them 64-55.
Well, wait till we get to St. Mary of the Woods and talk about the Pomeroys, and you can tell us what a Pomeroy is.
I can't wait.
Because I don't know.
I will. We will do endless research to get to the bottom of that. But we beat them 64-55 without eventual River State's scoring champion Donnie Miller, and then when Donnie played, he scored 24, and we beat him 84-59 at their place last year. So we'll see continuation tonight, or in the recent past. Depends on where you're watching. If you're watching this, we recommend day one, but yeah, regardless, that's what we have going in the immediate future for us. That was a word salad. But
I'm
as is often the case,
by what you were trying to say, but
it's all right.
Go Eagles tonight.
Yes.
Boo Mighty Oaks.
Yes. Except for the nickname, cool nickname. Development yesterday. We were going back. We thought crossover season was over.
No,
and it still kind of is. Every season is crossover season. In a roundabout way. True. Sprint football had 6 honorees on the Midwest Sprint Football League conference team, including 3 first-teamers in Matthew Young, our running back, was on the offensive team. Mm-hmm. Noah Watson, our linebacker, was on the first defensive team, and then Jaquavion Johnson, our return ace.
Yep.
And the first kick return in school history, and now I believe is the first special teams first-team all-selectee in school history. Wrong?
Pinther. We had a kid last year.
Okay.
I don't know if he was first team, but he was all conference.
Well, it flowed well the way I said it. So facts, schmacks, throw them out the window.
Sorry, Clayton.
But yes, we also had Rudy Loomis was the second team selection with Tyson Thomas, and Luke Guerrero, your champions of character. Dylan, what was your thought when you saw?
No, I think I think back to the quote that we got in preseason was that Clayton got was when Matthew Young hits you, you're not going to want to hit him.
No,
something
you
along
hit
those
him,
lines.
he hits back.
He hits back. Yeah. Something along those lines, and I think that's evident right there. With his all-conference honor, and then also Noah Watson, a freshman, stepping into a linebacker spot. All three of the first team are all freshmen, so really happy for those guys, and looking forward to seeing what they can do in the off season, and let's get the ball rolling towards year 3 of the program.
Let's do that.
Obviously, we're not going to do that until fall.
No, that is probably our last football update for a while. But now, well, that's everything that kind of happened from when there would have been in the last show to now. So now, let's do Clay Cunningham's Midway Catsup. Midway will be spelled with a C to keep the alliteration. I didn't plan that one out.
Catch up with a C or
Well, yeah, Catsup. Yeah. Also featuring Dylan Brown. I didn't mean to make you an afterthought.
No, that's fine. I'm good.
But it's how I love my alliteration.
I look forward to the alliterations.
Even when I
look forward to the alliterations.
Spell words wrong just to make it happen. But cross country nationals took place on November 17th, and we'll start off on the women's side because Trinity Smith.
Dominated.
Good day. Yeah,
it was a very good day.
110th overall, which is the best finish of anyone in the River States Conference, and the thing that really because we got updates for every kilometer. This is me like going through 1K, 2K, 3K. It's not as random as it seems.
Are you going to be able to put some numbers there?
I'm not going to. Absolutely not. This is how it went for her. She started at the 1K mark. She was all the way back in 258.
Wow.
Advanced from 1 to 151, 126, 112, and then finally 110th place. You could say she did set a Midway National 6K record. No, there was literally zero competition, but
you could definitely say that. But no, you kind of Trinity being an upperclassman, and she's never, although she is an upperclassman, she's never been to nationals before. So you might expect one to maybe go out a little fast. She did not do that. I think she ran a very smart race. She handled it like a true veteran would, and that's kind of what you expect from her, being a junior. So really happy for her, especially to be the top one from the conference, go out there and represent in our conference as well. I think is a huge accomplishment for her. She's come leaps and bounds this year from where she was early in the year to where she is now.
Yeah.
She now holds the school record for both the 5K and the 6K. Nearly broke it at nationals. I think by just a couple of seconds. I think she was a couple of seconds short. So really happy for her to be able to have that, to be able to go out and have that big race to end the season. And now you gear up for your senior season, your final go. I think she's a senior going into next year.
Yeah, I think we're about this close to truly understanding people's eligibility again.
I really don't quite understand it. So I basically just kind of go to Jake and Jake, what year is this kid?
Yeah, really, as far as the pandemic goes, we were the real victims in all this without having to. That's maybe not our official statement, but it has made our lives.
Nothing on this show is ever official.
It hasn't made our lives incrementally more difficult at times. So.
Not at all.
And
not at all.
But that's on the women's side. On the men's side, we had Jacob Kostas. 331 man field. He finished 123rd and 26-27. This is his fourth year at nationals. This was his second best performance, coming in behind only the 24.2 he ran in 2022. And his brother Josiah, 186 in that group and 26:57.2, which was a marked improvement over his 28-minute 3.3 second time in 2021. The brothers
led the way again.
Yes.
They lead the way for us again on this. They've led the way throughout the season, and that's no different here. I don't think Jacob was still completely healthy. I think he was starting to get there. I think he was still getting there. That's the tough thing about runners. You go out and have the injury that he did. It's going to be tough for anyone to get back to 100% and then be able to kind of get yourself ready for nationals. It's going to be against some of the toughest competition in the country. So really excited to see what he can do going into next year. He still amazingly still has 1 year of eligibility left.
Yeah.
Again, start doing the math on to. I'm not going to try and do the math. But anyway, look forward to seeing what they can do again next year. I know Jacob's going to probably enjoy that last go around with his two brothers, Josh and Josiah. So
it'll be fun to watch. But that wraps cross country.
Cross country is a
for
wrap.
the season. Well, it was really about 2 weeks ago, but
Until we get into track.
There's never a bad time to talk about it. But we'll go ahead with Western Equestrian. Western Equestrian once again.
Equestrian Bestrian.
Yes.
Equestrian Bestrian.
I love it. It sounds. I'm the one who came up with it. I'm basically laughing at my own joke, but it's good. It's fine. You can love it.
I love it.
But maybe weren't Bestrian on day one of the Louisville Midway shows with just one winner, Riley Long, in level 1 horsemanship. But day 2.
No.
You don't want to give us a second day.
Don't give us a second day. No. Because we dominated that second day.
Yes.
And showed who the best team in the region is.
We had Jordan.
That's right.
Jordan Shower.
Jordan
High Point rider and open reigning and open horsemanship champion that day. The trifecta. As it's known in equestrian cycles. I don't know that that's true, but can we make it true?
Absolutely, we can make it true. I don't see why we can't make it true.
It's the best way to make yourself an expert in something is create vernacular. So yes, he was the trifecta. But other day 2 winners were Stacy Geisler in rookie B horsemanship and Truman Sleuth, love that last name, in beginner horsemanship. It's a good recovery after not an ideal open.
Yeah, they finished. I think they ended up finishing third on that first day, and I know that was there might have been some tough judging going on in that day. So nice to see our kids bounce back going into that second day. And now you go into the second semester. You've got. I don't know what the lead is. It's got to be, I would think, a pretty sizable lead in the region going forward. So now you can kind of start gearing up, get a little bit of a break, but now you come back and let's get back to the grind and let's go out and not only finish third at the Nationals this year, but let's go win it.
Yes.
Let's go win it this year.
Let's hoist that trophy.
That's right.
There's a trophy, right?
I have no idea, but
I always mostly associate.
They might do like belt buckles.
I always associate it with big ribbons, but belt buckles could be potentially too. But you know what? We're going to find out when we win. When. We're going to put the pressure on right now. Like this.
Connor, we're talking about you.
Yeah, that's we're setting we're setting that bar.
And we love your team.
Yeah. For now. No, it's not. No, you don't. No. Took it too far. No, I took it too far. Let's go to swimming. Your assistant coach.
My team here.
You're at your women's team.
Women's team. They were both fantastic. They were both men and women's. They were both phenomenal at the midseason meet. Swam some of the fastest times that we've seen in quite some time. I think that probably mid-season meet is probably the most successful meet the women have had in program history.
Were we the only NAI, or there weren't men?
This is now the third or fourth year of the program. So
but were we the only NAI team at the meet?
Yes,
the most
we were the only. We were the only NAI team at the meet. So they finished 7th. Hit 14 provisional cuts, national cuts. I don't know what you call them. I call them provisional. You might call them national. I'm calling them provisional, daggone it. So don't come at me with your slander, whatever it is.
I'm not
provisional cuts.
I've never seen this kind of rage.
Don't come at me. Don't mess with my swimmers either. Best team. I don't know. But anyway, 14 national cuts. Sammy Friel had a day, but she had like 3 days.
Yeah,
she had 6 national cuts.
Her excellence cannot be contained to one mere 24-hour.
No, period. she had 6 national cuts herself. We could go on for days naming all of her events. Josie Briner hit 3 national cuts. Liz Pear hit 2 national cuts. Katie Heath hit 1 national cut. Lauren Kinsler hit 2 national cuts. That brings the total to 6, 3, 9, 14. In case you can't count, 14. They swam really well, and I obviously couldn't be there. Unfortunately, I apologize. My swimmers, please forgive me that I couldn't be there. But no, they swam really well. Relays were really phenomenal. They were fantastic. Same thing on the men's side. I think men's side we're hamstrung by we just don't have the numbers, the sheer numbers.
4 relay records though.
But
school records.
4 school relay records. Yeah, that's a tongue twister.
200 free, 400 medley, 200 medley, and 400 free.
But yeah,
and
a fantastic mid-season meet.
Hopefully,
looking forward to seeing what they can do.
Hopefully, Dylan's enthusiasm will make up for the fact that I called Jeff Armstrong Jeff Evans on our last show. But
you called him Jeff Evans?
Yeah,
I didn't catch that.
Yeah, but to be fair, he was interrupting the show.
He interrupted the show. And had we started like 15 minutes sooner today, I'd take the blame for that one. I was up talking to one of the coaches. He would have interrupted again today.
Yeah.
And I had already said this going in, but if he was going to interrupt us again, I was going to make him come on the show.
Yeah.
And physically, he was going to sit here and he was going to discuss.
And we were going to repeatedly call him the wrong name.
Jeff Evans.
So Jack Nancy, next time you're going to show up, that's what that awaits you. We're going to close here. Some postseason has started with electronic sports.
Don't mess with our eSports team either.
No, that's you. Don't mess with anybody. Like they say, don't mess with Texas.
Don't come at us.
Just assume we're Texas and don't mess with us.
Yeah.
Hey, that almost rhymed. Who cares? Rocket League and Overwatch began their postseason push with wins. Overwatch defeated Middle Tennessee State 3-0 on October 17th, and Rocket League defeated American Public University.
We defeated the American Public, people! And Middle Tennessee State. They didn't want none. Now they're in the semifinals.
Yep,
Let's go.
We did that, and then like a week later, their football coach got fired. Coincidence? Probably, yeah. I mean, presumably so, but we'll take credit for that. We'll take credit for a man losing his job.
I don't know that I want to take credit for that one.
Well, I do. But you've got the 411 about when the continuation starts. Yes. Well, he was there for like 18 years, so he had a good run.
Yeah, he did have a good run. But anyway, Overwatch. They play on Thursday, and then Rocket League supposed to play on Friday. But you heard it here first. You might see a schedule change.
Okay, that's
might see a schedule change. I don't know.
We are breaking news. It's like I said, infotainment. But yes,
might have to reschedule that one. Well, but anyway.
But we will have the updates.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter who. Doesn't matter when. It doesn't matter where. Our Rocket League. We want Bama.
Absolutely.
Is that still the saying? We want Bama.
We beat Michigan. And Michigan's higher.
We didn't beat Michigan.
Michigan's higher on the rankings than Alabama.
We want.
Oh no.
No. We want.
People should want Midway. That's what it's going to be. But we are. But we're glad to be back.
Equestrian, Bestrian. What is it for Rocket League? Equestrian, Rocket League, Bestrian. I don't know. I can't even. He's the alliteration person.
I got nothing. I got nothing now. But we'll come up with something, or you could pitch something. We're desperate for interaction, folks.
Love the interaction.
But we are back, better than ever, and as stylish as ever. Oh God!
Hey, if you're not doing anything this Saturday, December 2nd, come on out to Marshall Gymnasium, cheer on your favorite basketball teams to a couple of victories. That is the Midway women's and the Midway men's taking on Brescia.
We'll be there.
And Clay's ready for baseball season.
Yes, as you can see. But now I'm ready to hit the editing bay. So thank you for joining us. Dadgummit, I was hoping that would hit. But we will be back next time.